This evening, my name is Sean Cornett, National Consultant. We're here with Ambit Energy. It's my pleasure to get things rolling for you here this evening. I am coming to you from my office here in St. Louis, Missouri. We've got an individual, Toni Procopio, and his wife, Diana. He and his wife, Diana, from New Fairfield, Connecticut, joined Ambit back in 2012. Has a background in the recruiting technology sector. Has a daycare and runs summer camps for kids just for the fun of it. And to make a difference in kids' lives. He's got a daughter, a granddaughter, loves spending time traveling, exploring, hiking, RVing. He's a Fast Track RC, Crystal Sphere Award winner, Ambit Choice Award winner, Thompson Leadership Award winner. If you were at Ambition, you couldn't help but know who he is because he pretty much spent the entire day on stage. He's won multiple 5-star trips, speaker, trainer at many of the big Ambition simulcast events. Please help me welcome my good friend and all-around Ambit rock star, Toni Procopio.
Hey, I really appreciate that introduction. Really excited to be here tonight. You know, would do anything to help you out, to help anybody out in Ambit Energy. That's what it's all about. We're all teammates here. I've been with Ambit Energy for about 4.5 years. Found out about it from a good friend of mine. He's our plumber. His kids all went through my wife's preschool system. And at the time, I was working 65 hours a week in my regular profession as an IT recruiter. My wife, Diana, was working 65 hours a week, self-employed as well as a daycare provider. So when my good friend Bill called me up on a Sunday morning at 11 a.m. and he said, "Hey, Toni, what are you doing for the next 15 minutes? I said, "Nothing." "Why?" And he said, I have something to drop off to you. And I said, "Well, what is it?" And he said, "I'll show you when I get there." And then I heard him hang up the phone before I could say anything else. So right there, I knew that he was kind of classically trained for a network marketing business. And I knew he was coming over to try to get me to do something I didn't want to do or buy something that I didn't want to buy. And so I was ready for him. I actually wrote him a check. This is how not looking for something I was at the time. I mean, my wife and I were 2 payments behind on our electricity bill, 2 payments behind on just about every bill that we had at the time. And we were in this hamster wheel treadmill just over and over and over again, trying to get ahead. We hadn't been on a vacation in 520 weeks in a row. That's 10 years. So we were really, really struggling, but we were so caught up in doing what we were trying to do and get ahead that most of the time, if something came across my plate, I was just like, look, I'm totally focused on what I've got going on here. I have no time for anything else. So when Bill asked me, I wrote him a check before he even got to my house and I signed it. And I figure whatever you're selling, let me buy it and get rid of you. And that's basically with money I didn't even have at that time. Really funny. That's how not looking I was. But, you know, he said, I'm not selling you anything. I want to get your opinion on this. And he didn't ask me to join Ambit Energy. He just asked me for my opinion. And, you know, I was really pumped up by that. You know, it made me feel good. So I said, sure, I'll take a look at it for you. And, you know, we had a DVD inside of Success from Home magazine. And he told me that he knew a couple of the people that were in this magazine. So I was really kind of impressed with that. I knew it was a national publication. And I decided to go and tear this thing apart. And I was very skilled with numbers and researching companies. I had researched over 800 companies and paid money to research those 800 companies in my regular profession as an IT recruiter. Now, the market had tanked back in 2008, 2009, and that extended all the way through 2012. So it was very difficult to find good companies. But what happened was I analyzed Ambit Energy, and based on some of the things that you saw tonight on that video, which is a fantastic way to show this program to people, you know, I took a look at it and realized that Ambit Energy was one of the highest rated companies. It was actually the highest rated company when I factored in all the different things that I looked at, whether it was what the people did who owned the company, what they did before, what they've done now, where the company's headed, what their culture is like, the position they have in the marketplace, and what their future looks like, as well as retention ratios of employees and the whole thing, and customers as well. So one of the highest rated companies I'd ever looked at. It really got my attention. I watched that DVD with the video like you just saw, similar to that. I watched it 6 times in 6 hours with my wife, and we started thinking maybe there's something in this for us. And that's really where we came from, you know. And so we got our questions answered, we got started, and we worked this business part-time, very, very part-time, side by side with our regular professions, stitching together 10 or 15 minutes at a time. I never had 3 hours straight in a week, but I managed to stitch together 3 to 5 hours a week by taking little 15-minute blocks of time and making them work. So I always say everybody has 15 minutes here and there throughout the day. You don't have hours to waste or throw away. But if you could work something side by side with your regular profession that could potentially set you free. And that's what happened with my wife and I. After 2.5 years of working this business, we were making just as much money part-time in Ambit Energy as we were making full-time in our regular professions. And so we made some decisions there. And now things have really changed for us. We're able to put money away every single week, every month as we get paid. We get 5 or 6 checks a week. I mean, a month, I should say, a week, 5 or 6 checks a month from Ambit Energy. And it really makes a difference. We're putting money away for our granddaughter's college fund. And these are things that we never, ever would have been able to do if it wasn't for Ambit Energy. So let's take a look at why, let's close it out with this. Why has Ambit Energy become the fastest growing network marketing company in the history of the world in network marketing? I mean, that's what you just looked at. So why is that? And why has Ambit Energy become one of the fastest growing companies in the history of the United States economy on the cover of Inc. magazine, which is almost impossible to do these days? Very few companies ever have that accolade. So, and it's because of 5 main things. I mean, number one, say there's some great product-based companies out there that have incredible, people that work for those companies, but we don't have the hurdles that they have to go through in this business, being a service-based business. In the service business, think about it this way. We don't have to educate people about using electricity and natural gas. They already know. I saw a video on YouTube, on Facebook, of a woman demonstrating how our product works. And she basically selfied herself on a video, and lights on, lights off. There's our training. So we don't have to educate people. They already know how to use electricity. We don't have to sell anything to anyone. In this business, you'll never sell anything to anyone. You'll never collect money from your customer. We don't have any of that. We just ask people to do us a favor and simply educate and refer lower cost of electricity, natural gas, solar, in all the markets that we work in. So, and on top of that, I mean, we don't have the hurdles of having to, say to people, our product is so much better than the other one. I mean, it's not like our energy from Ambit Energy is going to make your lights brighter or charge your cell phone faster or do any of that. We don't have those hurdles to go through with this business. But really, when you think about it, everybody uses electricity. Every person that you know and everybody you don't know is already addicted to the energy market. They can't live without it. The first thing they want to know is when's it going to come back on if it ever goes out. And they don't even know what they're paying for it. They're unconsciously purchasing it and habitually using it every single day. This year, next year, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, they're going to be doing that. And that's our product. That's our service. It's an exciting place to be. The second thing, think about this. We don't have to ask you to quit your day job in this business. This is a part-time business that you can grow side by side with your regular profession. So keep doing what you're doing, your core career, your core business, whatever you're passionate about. But do this in addition to, not instead of. That's what we talk about in this business. And the lucrative compensation plan that we have in this business is fantastic. We've created more millionaires in the space of 10 years than just about every other network marketing company. I think it's over all 39 or maybe even over 40 at this point. Those are just the ones that we know publicly. There are many others that we don't even know about that have made the money in this business. They've already gotten in, built their business, and basically retired from it before some of us have ever even heard of it. And yet we're still scratching the surface of what this business is about because of the perfect timing. And perfect timing, I mean, you can be in the right place at the right time, but if you don't recognize that you're in that moment at that exact time, that's only half of the equation. So you have to recognize that you're in that moment and then step in with perfect timing and get committed and take action. And that's what we have here. This business, we have just scratched the surface. In the state where I am in Connecticut, we've been open for 4.5 years and we only have a 2% market share. And that's how it is across the board, a 3% market share in the states. Every time that we open a new state, our overall market share goes down. So you could go talk to 100 people about this and maybe 2 or 3 have heard of Ambit Energy. You'll be the first one to bring it to them. That's perfect timing. There's going to be stories written about people that are on this video that this is a life-changing moment for you, like it was for me, like it's been for Sean, like it's been for many thousands of people in this business, because we have a proven system that teaches you exactly what you need to know. We have an exact system that's already created the fastest growing privately held company in America and the fastest growing network marketing company in the history of the world. Think about that. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. It's already here and it's already working on a very large scale. All you have to do is trust the system, become natural at it, know it, learn it, and put it into play, and you will have tremendous success with this business. Now, you could go ahead and start your own system and make up a new one from the ground up, and you might have success with that. But in my case, I wasn't taking any chances with the career, with my wife's career, with my career, with our finances, with our long-term prospects in this business. And I love this business that all I had to do was plug in and understand the system and then go to work and follow people who have been successful in this business. You know, I was in the military where we said, what would you rather do? Would you rather go through a minefield for the first time, or would you rather follow someone through that minefield? The answer is always the latter. And so that's what we do in this business. And we're really excited about this. It's changed our lives completely. And if you're looking at this for the first time, you could fall into one of three categories. It's A, B, or C. There's no wrong answer. And it's like this. A C person is somebody that you saw it, you took a look at it, I see it, I get it, I understand it, but it's not for me. You have something else that's going to get you where you want to go, another vehicle that's going to help you financially with your life. In this business, we're not looking to twist people's arms and get them to join something against their will. Okay, so if this is not for you, just tell the person that invited you to take a look, hey, it's not for me, but we know that you use electricity and you may want to save some money on that, and maybe even they'll help you get free energy. So think about that. If you're a B person, you're like me. You watched this, you took a look at it, it's a no-brainer, but you have some questions. And that's exactly where I was. Get your questions answered by people who are in the know. Don't go talk to your broke brother-in-law who's never been successful at anything and never done this successfully and never even heard about it, and ask him what his opinion is on this business. You know, take it from people who are in the know. I've placed thousands of people at jobs in my regular profession, and I always told them the first thing: when you go to that company and you work there, do not take opinion polls from people that are lazy and not doing their job. And certainly don't talk to people who've been fired or let go of that business because they in that job because they didn't cut it. Go talk to the people who are in the know. And if you're an A person, you're like, please stop this broadcast right now. I know it only takes about 5 or 7 minutes to sign up as an Ambit Energy consultant online. You can do that right now and have all those great tax benefits that go along with this business and get started today. And good thing there are A people, because none of us would be here without the A people. So really excited to be here. This has been a life-changing experience for me. I'm going to leave you with this. The last thing I'll let you know is this business is a multi-generational willable business. I have a daughter who's a teacher, and I have a granddaughter. I built this business, my wife and I. Our daughter is going to be taken care of after we are gone. And our granddaughter is going to be taken care of as if we were still alive, paying her all of the money. She gets that money. It's a multi-generational willable income. And that is something that you can work and take to the bank and affect generations to come, whether it's you, your friends, your family, or the people you care about. So really appreciate sharing with you guys tonight. We'll say over and out, and we will see you guys at the top. Get plugged in. Thank you.
Customer acquisition strategy, they will give you free energy for referring just 15 other customers. They will take the average of those 15 customers you referred's monthly bills and discount it from your monthly bill. So if your bill is $200 per month and their bills average $200 per month, you pay nothing. If your bill is $250 per month and theirs average $200 per month, you only pay $50 a month. In any event, you've got $200 per month or $2,400 a year worth of free energy. It's that simple.
If you're concerned about what this will cost you, no worries. The program is also free to participate in. There is no cost to switch your service. Nothing changes for you, the consumer. The service and maintenance on your power lines or pipes, transformers, meters, etc. continues to be performed by the old incumbent, who still owns the lines, the transformers, and infrastructure. They will still read the meters, and by the way, will still continue to get paid for servicing them. There is no change whatsoever for you, except of course the lower price you now pay all the way down to even free. Taking all this into consideration, why wouldn't you do this? No logical reason, right? The only thing you might say is, well, I can't explain it, or I can't sell very well, or I don't have the time, right?
Well, you don't have to. All you have to do is send your friends to see this video, which explains it for you, just like I'm explaining it to you, right? And when they sign up as an Ambit customer, you get credit for them. Once you've got 15 referrals signed up and they start paying their bill, you start getting free energy. It's as simple as that. In the meantime, you'll still receive the benefit of extremely competitive rates.
So let me ask you a question. Is there a better price than free?
You're right, there isn't. So sign up with Ambit as an energy customer and start referring your friends today. And soon you too will start enjoying free energy.
After all, it is the smart choice to make.
To get started now and begin writing your own story